Nightmares are the truth of all existence. They stem from the deranged to lower level of the human psyche. People crave the urge for death and destruction. The human brain is stimulated by scenes of violence and perversity. We now invite, no, we dare you to enter at your own risk into the Bordellowood of horror.
I drink your blood and I eat your skin. I spit on your grave and the beast within. Race with the devil, same school for girls. Evil Dead 2, it conquered the world. Frankenstein, Dracula, the brain that wouldn't die. Driller, killer, maniac, return of the fly. Sugar hit the baby, get beyond the door. Psycho and Halloween, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
The dream of being one of them.
From life's ambition to be a star.
Covers the public stand.
From rags to rags, from glamour to gutter, we take a look at the triumphs and tragedies of a man who has influenced and scorned the people in his life and nationwide as we bring you F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show. Born to a single mother traveling the circuit with her career, Francis Shawalski knew that he had the fire of the arts in his blood. His mother died from a staph yeast infection.
Is for everybody, not just for the few.
But not without leaving him a little lump of cash so that he may enroll in college, where he hoped to study the performing arts in hopes of continuing on in his mother's footsteps as a tap dancing burlesque performer. Unfortunately, the money she left him turned out to be Confederate money, so he couldn't go to school for burlesque dancing, but instead opted to go into Civil War reenactment school. Getting his directions to a reenactment mixed up, Francis wound up at a civil rights protest in his Confederate uniform and was beaten to death by protesters at the tender age of 21. With no next of kin, the state of Alabama buried his remains in a Boot Hill cemetery. This would not be the end for Francis, though. Coming up, the continuation of F, the True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
Igor, go and get me what I crave. Evening, Igor.
If you want a better orange soda, made with more natural orange flavor than ever before, try Shasta. It's got the bright color, the sweet smell, and the great taste of oranges. Shasta, it's the orange soda that can make anybody happy.
Light up a lucky.
It's light up time.
Be happy, go lucky.
It's light up time.
For the taste that you like, light up a lucky strike.
Relax.
It's light up time.
Man, that's smoking enjoyment. To come out of a good movie and light up a Lucky. Boy, that's good. Especially when it's a Lucky. Because Luckies taste better. And for good reasons. First, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then this fine, good-tasting tobacco is toasted to taste even better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. That's why when the show lets out, so many folks light up a Lucky Strike.
For the taste that you like, light up a lucky strike.
Right now.
Light up a lucky. It's light up time.
Hey, Drizzlepuss here for Skids Away. Do you have too much gravy on your biscuits? Are you tired of unsightly skid marks on your drawers? Well, let's skid away. Cover your tracks for good. It's Tidy Man approved, and each box comes with a free coupon for 1 box of Man Ponds. Find it wherever you find your skid mark needs.
We now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freakshow. Left alone on this earth and now in death, Francis Kowalski had been laid to rest. That is, until an event that changed his life, death, forever. The Boot Hill Cemetery where he was laid to rest had not been used in years, or so it seemed. A major drug company took liberties in using the desolate property in a remote location as a dumping ground for untested drugs and toxic waste. The toxic mishmash leaked through the walls of the pine box where Francis was left to rest and took control of his neurological system. Writhing in spasms, Francis found a strength that he had never felt before and burst free from the earth-encased hole that would have been his end. Dazed and confused, he realized he would appear on the scene as the first ever undead master of the Renaissance. That dream was soon squashed when he found himself staring at the hideous beast he had become in the mirror of a Sticky's Waffle House, where he had a brief, albeit enjoyable, encounter with a military man who called himself Sergeant D. Satisfied yet ashamed, he felt there was nowhere to turn until he saw the circus train rolling down the tracks where he had made his new home. After convincing the veteran clown Gogo to teach him the tricks of the trade, he was added to the crew of Dingling Sisters Circus. Under the new moniker of Freakshow, he started to gain a following with the circus, using magical performance techniques like, "Where did the sausage go?" Eventually he found himself kicked to the curb by a big red shoe when one of the monkey handlers filed charges against Freakshow, alleging inappropriate misconduct. Fortunately for Freakshow, a television executive with the Sarasota station WHOR caught wind of his act. Privy to the allegations brought before Freakshow, they offered him what would soon become the popular Saturday morning children's show, Uncle Freaky's Super Saturday Spectacular, in return for legal representation and a contract to be determined at a later date. When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freakshow.
Is this the way you feel in the morning? Still tired after a good night's sleep? Too dragged out and nervous to face the day? Too tired? Too often? Try Ributol. If you too need extra amounts of thiamine and riboflavin, Ributol can help you gain new strength, new energy. Let just one person among thousands of users tell you about amazing benefits gained from Ributol. Mr. Daniel Spillane of New York City.
I was feeling tired. My wife heard about Ributol on the radio. After taking it, I feel full of pep.
Yes, folks, so confident are we that Ributol can help you if you are not getting enough thiamine and riboflavin that we offer you this guarantee. Take Ributol for just 1 week. You must feel stronger, peppier in 7 days, more vital, more alive, or your money back. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Get Ributol from your druggist today.
When summer sports get just a bit too long,
May we suggest an answer with this song?
King-size Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. That feeling, refreshing new feeling. King-size Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. Get that feeling with the Coke, you get zing. Yes, Coke and the King has more for you.
The great big value, best buy too.
Because after you pour, there's so
much more. King-size Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. That feeling, refreshing new feeling. King-size Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. Get that feeling with the Coke in the king-size Coke.
Had an appointment at 4th and Main when, you know, it started to rain. Made the awning at a bakery shop, took one look, said, "Rain, don't stop." Even all wet, this girl looked great. I said, "A cigarette while we wait?"
Viceroy?
That's right. I said, "Viceroy tastes the way you'd like a filter cigarette to taste. Not too strong, not too light. Viceroy's got
the taste that's right."
That's right.
That's right.
The sun came out, the sky turned blue. Maybe Viceroy can do the same for you.
That's right.
Now you know, and you can take all bets. If you smoke all 7 filter cigarettes, you'll find some too strong, some too light. But Viceroy's got the deep weave filter.
And the taste that's right.
Not too strong, not too light. Viceroy's got the taste that's right.
We now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
Hey kiddies, welcome to Uncle Freaky's Super Saturday Spectacular. We got all sorts of fun stuff lined up for you. We got cartoons. We got games. We got special happy fun time with animals. And a few of you little ones get to go play in Uncle Freaky's special room. Yeah. But before we get started, it's always best to have a little protein in your diet. There's no better way or source of protein than Uncle Freaky's nutsack.
With a new lease on life and the television network clearing his legal problems, Freak Show embarked on his newfound career as a Saturday morning children's television host. As part of the agreement, he asked that the producers hunt down the only person he felt would still talk to him, the military man known as Sergeant D, to work on the show. The show was successful and ratings were through the roof until Freak Show started to fall prey to his own preferences and fame. Freak Show could often be found entertained by groupies and hangers-on at Studio 69, indulging in the celebrity party favors most often associated with the trendy disco era, whippets and jankum. It was then when he made friends with well-known movie directors Pootie Fallon and Borman Sholansky. The show aired from 1974 until 1978, when Freak Show's personal preferences were brought to the public attention and he was charged with tax evasion, possible connections to organized crime syndicates, reports of indecent exposure, and inappropriate behavior with some of his audience members. The show was canceled, and Freak Show was sentenced to 10 years with additional community service in the form of national PSAs against public display of disco-related dance moves. When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
We interrupt this program to give you a bulletin just received from one of our naval units at sea. A large object traveling at supersonic speed is headed over the North Atlantic toward the east coast of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Pearson. We bring you this special radio television broadcast in order to give you the very latest information on an amazing phenomenon, the arrival of a space ship in Washington. The Army has taken every precaution to meet any emergency which may develop. Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, I think something is happening.
I came here to give you these facts. But if you threaten to extend your violence, this earth of yours will be reduced to a burned-out cinder.
But he's a robot. Without you, what could he do?
There's no limit to what he could do. He could destroy the earth. All vehicles, close in. Let's go.
Now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show. After 5 years of what was a little harder time than Freak Show had imagined, he made a deal to turn state's evidence against the gang members from the Aztec princesses that he had dealt with in the past. After testifying before the federal grand jury, he was placed into the Witless Protection Program under the alias Freaky Rackman. He landed in the heart of Hollywood, where he was teamed up with the girl that would soon become more than his co-host, Misty Metal. Together they hosted the popular NTV show, Monster Movie Metal Massacre.
Hey, all you metallic cats and kitties, welcome to Monster Movie Metal Mayhem. I'm Freaky Rackman, and we're bringing you the best in metal movies, movie reviews, videos, and more. But the show wouldn't be complete without the Metal Mostess hostess, my moist metal muffin, Misty Metal.
After a good run from 1984 to 1988, Freakshow's bad luck once again got the best of him. After an explosion on the set of the show, Misty was sent to the burn ward where she eventually passed away. Freakshow again found himself at an all-time low, sending him into a state of alcohol and drug-fueled depression.
See, Freakshow, he's not doing so hot lately. I went over to Freakshow's place, and I knocked on the door, and knocked on the door, and knocked on the door. And he didn't answer, so I just went ahead and let myself in. And Freakshow was in there, and he just had, instead of like a bed, I just saw him lying on an enormous pile of empty bottles of NyQuil. And he was asleep, oddly enough, but he was doing what I call dream drinking, which is where he's obviously sleeping, but also obviously drinking at the same time. So he just kept consuming these bottles of NyQuil while snoring like really burning the midnight oil, you know? And then the next morning, when he woke up and he saw that I had eaten all of his Spam, he flew into a rage and he kicked me right in my penis. And then I said, I'll get you some more Spam. And I went and I got him some more Spam. But he said, instead of Spam, I want some booze. So what I did was I decided to just go ahead and solve the problem both ways, and I got a nice bottle of Night Train brand wine, the finest wine on the bottom shelf at the 7-Eleven, and I poured it into a blender with some Spam, and I blended it up, and I poured it down his throat, and then we watched Cheers, and then he passed out again. But yeah, you need some help.
He rode the rails up and down the West Coast, handing out many old fashions to any takers along the way, until he landed in Seattle and discovered a home in the underground music scene. When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freakshow.
The Remco Movie Land Drive-In Theater is straight ahead. Here it is now, Betty. Today's double feature. Have Gun Will Travel and Heckle and Jekyll. It looks terrific, Jimmy. Drive right in and park. Let me show you how it works. Switch on the projector, turn the film knob, and you'll see 6 exciting still features. Have Gun Will Travel and Heckle and Jekyll. Captain Kangaroo and Dinky Duck. Mighty Mouse and Farmer Alfalfa. Gollywog, clear, big pictures. This Remco Movie Land Drive-In Theater has everything. 6 complete features. Its own giant screen, projection booth, marquee that changes, ticket window, and 6 beautiful cars. Be the first in your neighborhood to own and operate a Remco Movie Land Drive-In Theater. Only $5.98 at your favorite toy store. Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy. And so do girls.
Oh, what a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
Phooey! Here's the world's super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Berko, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry flavor.
Well, I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Frankenberry,
Count Chocula.
meow.
Frankenberry, Count Chocula.
now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show. After landing in Seattle and discovering the underground music scene, Freak Show found some new friends, changed his name, and formed the band Karma, performing as the frontman Freak Show Bane. The band gained immediate success and was soon riding the choppy waves of the grunge era. Still missing something in his life, he found the answer when edgy VHS-1 video jockey Rockin' Richie Johnson invited him on as one of his co-hosts for the television show Sludge Nation.
Hey, welcome back everyone. So that was the Beef Marionettes right there with Lake of Blood. And hey, like we promised you guys earlier, the new co-host just arrived. So everybody at home, give it up for the lead singer of Karma, Mr. Freak Show Bane.
How's it going, Richie? How you been?
I'm doing great. How's the band doing there, man?
Oh, man, the band's great. You know, we finally talked our bass player into shooting up at his foot, but he still performs barefoot.
Freak's appearance on the show didn't go quite as Richie would have hoped. The overzealous vocalist took control of the show, leading to Johnson losing his job as the host of the show. The two did not part on good terms, with verbal threats made by the former host.
We're going to be seeing you guys next week.
You know, I got to tell you something.
What's up, man?
Well, I don't think there's going to be a next week for you.
What are you talking about? This is my show.
I got a letter from the producers here. It says you're not up to par for television standards, even though it is cable access.
This is my show, man. I created this show here,
No,
dude.
it says right here you're done.
Well, what am I supposed to do, man? This is my job. This is my livelihood, dude.
Hey, it's not my fault you don't have a loving wife like mine, waiting at home for you, try cooking me dinner right now.
You're a terrible person. You're going to pay for this.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're really going to pay.
Hey, I'm sorry, man, but all right, folks, we'll see you next week on Sludge Nation.
I'm really not going to forget this one, dude.
With the decline of the music industry in the late 90s into the early 2000s, Freak Show would once again find himself without a show. He attempted a career as a door-to-door salesman, attempting to sell his patented, reusable condoms. After nearly going bankrupt due to the many lawsuits filed against him, fate would strike again. Freak Show found himself once again on the air with his own horror-hosted show, Bordello of Horror. Freak Show felt confident in coming out from hiding and leaving his past behind. Or so he thought.
Freak Show who?
Freak Show who? I'll tell you who Freak Show is. You know, he's that little green trolley-looking guy, the one who stole my look. You know, okay, I'm orange and I'm green and yellow, but he turned green and used green. But you know what? It's still my look and he stole it. You know, I can't stand that guy. And he's got that show. What is it? Bordello of I don't know, of horror or something like that. What a piece of trash that show is. Have you ever seen it before?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my
Who
gosh.
he is now? Wait a minute. Isn't he in
yeah.
the Where Are They Now files or something?
Yeah, well, he should be Where Are They Now. He should never have been to begin with. You know, he wouldn't have an original idea if it came up and bit him in the ass. He's got to steal from all the other horror hosts all the time. His show, his look, everything. Yeah. You know what? Freak Show who?
Richie Dick Johnson found Freak Show in his life in the coming years a few more times than he would have wanted.
Are you Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes. Call me Richard.
All right, Mr. Shawalski. Again.
Shawalski, that's my proper name.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
How did you get a show on here? How did you get through the front door?
I talked to the right people. That pretty young girl let me in the front door.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job over this. You know that's right.
No. Things are different with me. I'm serious, Dick.
Really?
Dick's your name,
Really?
right?
What's changed? What has changed?
Well,
you cost me my last job. You realize this, right?
How did I cost you your last job?
Oh, maybe that little explosion you had over in your bordello down the street? All of a sudden it comes back to me filling out some paperwork for you.
No, that really didn't happen. That was Sergeant Drizzlepuss's fault. I had nothing to do with that.
I don't care how it happened. I lost my job.
Well, I lost my bordello, and that's why I need somewhere to bring it. We want to bring it here to you guys.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
come on, Mr. Johnson.
Look,
can I call you Dick?
In the end, Dick had pretty much met his wits' ends and had this to say about Freak Show.
Yeah, I know Francis Shawalski. My life's probably been ruined by him more than anyone else. I tried getting this man a job at an employment agency. When I realized I couldn't help him, I sent him away. Little did I know that would lead to me being unemployed after he blew up a building with 2 women inside, and I get blamed for it somehow. 6 months later, this guy shows up again. I'm working as a program director, some freaking TV station. Guess who gets to lose their job on that one? Sure wasn't him. He gets to keep his show. I lose my job. Lost my job at a paralegal firm because of this jerk. So I notarized something I shouldn't have notarized. Now I'm here. Lost my house. Lost my wife. Lost my dog. This is my house now. Right here. Thanks to this jackass. This is all I have in the world. I pick cigarette butts off the ground. I'm addicted to NyQuil, which I can't even afford. I give freaking handy J's to these scum that walk on the streets. I got herpes in so many areas of my body. You didn't even know you could get herpes there. I didn't even know you could put private parts there. But they do. Oh, they do. For a bottle of NyQuil. Oh my God. I hate you so much, Shawalski. Oh, I'm coming after you, buddy. You're dead. You little I swear to God, I will make it my life's missions to make sure you're dead again and in the ground. You son of a bitch.
Man, I love Freak Show, man. Even had me on this show as a sock puppet, man. Thanks. I've merchandised that. You see me on Noggin, Nick Jr., all that stuff, getting that paper. But now Freak has been on television. I heard he's changed, man. Taking baths like $100 bills, $1,000 bills to stay green, man. I don't know. But Freaky, you all right with me.
When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
Once a normal, voluptuously beautiful woman, she drove into a nightmare of horror and saw descending from the sky a titanic monster whose fearsome touch became a frightful curse.
You think I'm drunk, don't you? All of you! I'm not drunk! I'm not! You've got to believe me. Please. It was right in the middle of the highway, 30 feet tall.
Once she's in the booby hatch, throw the key away. That'll put you in the driver's seat. You'd make a wild driver, Harry. With $50 million.
What she saw was beyond belief until others, too, faced its hideous, uncontrollable menace. Attack of the 50-foot woman, incredibly huge, with incredible desires for love and vengeance.
We now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show. By 2007, the dream had become a reality, and Freak Show knew he had found his niche, following in the footsteps of horror hosts of days gone by, with his own sexy, off-the-cuff, brutal comedy bits, and hosting crappy horror movies on the Bordello of Horror. He figured sex sells, so all he needed was to throw a couple hot girls on the screen and the show would sell itself. But there was something missing. It was shortly after the show had begun airing on cable access when the answer came to him in a drunken night of debauchery. He met an unusual package of backwoods swagger and inbred wit named Roy McCoy. Roy would team up with Freak Show and make candid appearances as the backwoods culinary cut-up from Roy McCoy's rockin' ravenous roadside chop and slop barbecue.
Saturday night, 23 a.m.
Roy Roy became loved by many and hated by even more. Disaster would rear its ugly head again when Roy would lose his life in a waterboarding accident. Freakshow knew the show could not go on without a sidekick of the comedic caliber of Roy, and scoured the local dives, strip clubs, and free clinics until he found the one person he knew could fill those shoes: Sergeant D.
The only thing I have to say about Freak Show is stay away from my sister, stay out of my trash cans, and I hate you.
So we played a show once, and the Freak Show showed up. You know, he was trying to come in and, you know, look at our merch table and things. So he was kind of drunk, kind of tipsy, and before we know it, he's selling T-shirts right off of the merch table. Hey, $5 for $5, $3 for $1. And so we had to shoo him off. Of course, then we realized he had stolen our money pouch, and we found him in the bathroom trying to flush an entire large pepperoni pizza down the woman's toilet. And we let him keep the money because why do you do something like that? I don't know. But thoughts and prayers go out to him for a quick recovery from whatever mental illness he's suffering from.
When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
Gaylord! Gaylord! Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, move kinda lazy, see what he'll do. Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
Gaylord the pup is full of tricks. Watch. Back up, Gaylord. Attaboy. Now climb, Gaylord. Up, up. Now fetch your bowl. Got it. Good boy, Gaylord.
Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, move kinda lazy, see what he'll do. Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
Gaylord comes with a bone of his own. He's a wonderful toy. He's ideal.
Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
You know, I was a fine, normal person, leading a normal life, living in the suburbs, until I met Freak Show. Oh man, that was the most tragic day in my life. I can think of nothing else that would have, brought me to the epitome of the center of the earth and ruined me totally into oblivion. Yeah, Freak Show. He has this, I used to call him Trainwreck because he derailed so many careers along the way. You know who they are. You've seen them all. You've seen them lying aside the road. But that Freak Show has done that. I wish you well, Mr. Freak Show, whatever, you and the giggle face or whatever he's called. You just do well with him. I hope your documentary of horror or the horrible documentary, whatever you want to call it, it should be successful. No thanks to you, Mr. Freaking Show, but it could be okay. Until then, I'll see you later.
I don't know who Freak Show is, but I heard he's some guy that walks around with a green, fuzzy hair everywhere, and that's all I really know. I thought I was here ordering cleaning supplies, but I guess I'm not. I'm holding this mic, and I don't have no idea why. By the way, I'm Bob. Please don't tell Dr. Motos that I'm doing this, because if I do, he'll punish me, because I'm not supposed to be touching electrical equipment such as this, because I always end up getting fried. Or is it I end up damaging it? What is it? I don't know. Anyways, this Freak Show individual, I'd love to meet him. I wonder if he's looking for any red shirt minions that might be able to join and do fantastic things for him. Okay, bye.
Hey there, ladies. I'm here to address a problem that many of you may have had in the past. I have here a product that could change your life drastically. Have you ever been in a situation when your freak just seems to have a little bit more friction than you'd like? When your freak just gets a little bit too uncomfortable to be tolerable? Well, I've been there, and take it from me, the always sinister seductress Stormy, that there's only one solution to this problem. That's right, ladies, I'm talking about Super Lube. made from the finest ingredients that nature has to offer, such as gull spoo, fish oil, whale fat, liver of rat, and well, let's just say, a little dew off the berry. As this is not FDA approved, I do have to warn you about the side effects, which may include but are not limited to sweaty palms, blurred vision, slurred speech, diarrhea, unmentionable widespread bodily rashes, nausea, vomiting, anal leakage, itching, excessive perspiration, skin discoloration, and last but not least, sudden death. But don't let that turn you away from the real benefits that this product has to offer. Supalube is easy to apply and fast acting. Just unwrap Supalube from its hazmat approved container and apply to the affected area. Just a few squirts of Supalube and you'll be ready to get freaky. Whether you're looking for a mind-blowing, toe-curling experience or you're just simply looking to put your freak back into its place, Supalube is the answer that you've been looking for. Supalube. Visit our website at www.lubeforyou.org or call in the next 10 minutes and get an extra bottle of Supalube absolutely free. Operators and medical professionals are standing by.
Man, talk about freak show. We used to do all kinds of things together. He was one hell of a guy. I mean, but I remember this one night we went over and we were digging graves together, and all of a sudden I turned around and there in the mysterious vapor of smoke, there he was with another corpse. And just imagine what you could be doing with that corpse, and he was doing it. Man, Freak Show, you've changed. You've changed, man.
Freak Show? Yeah, me and him go way back. Back in the 80s, I met him. I'd hired a small crew to go down to Mexico and bring back this truckload of car parts. And, we got the car parts, and we're kind of enjoying the car parts, on the trip. I just, it's kind of a fee, That's the way I looked at it, at least. And anyway, we stop in Juarez, and we stop at this house. It's a nice little tavern for wayward girls or something like that. Anyway, we drink a lot of tequila, and there was some mescaline involved, if I recall. And we hooked up with this crew of these little senoritas, and I think a couple of them might not have been, but I'm not sure. Freaky picked some of them out. And anyway, all I remember is this haze of smoke and tequila, and the next thing I knew, I woke up and the place is on fire, and they're yelling about the green guy, and I've got herpes. So, I don't know. I think it was him. I really do, but I don't know. There's still a warrant out for me in Juarez, and I can't go back there anymore. And, well, we lost the car parts, too. And this isn't going to get broadcast anywhere, is it? No, nobody's going to see this, right? You just... Hey, wait a minute, man. No way. I'm out of here.
We now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show. From the beginning, many women have passed through the bordello walls. It takes many kinds of classless women to shape the bordello into what it has become today. No matter how much abuse Freak Show would withstand with each and every turn down the twisted and psychotic road he has traveled throughout the years, oftentimes ending up at the wrong end of a shotgun, being served restraining orders, paternity suits, and court-ordered clinical studies, he always embraced the new additions to the show. As the women would leave, they always took just a little bit of Freak Show's dead black soul with them. Some left just to move on, and others for a variety of reasons.
I'm the Pumpkin Man from Fright Night Theater, and I have nothing good to say about that Freak Show. That guy owes me money, the son of a bitch. And he took a bunch of my hoes. Look, I'm holeless. Get the hell out of here. I have nothing else to say. I'm gonna break your damn camera.
What the is this? I said gluten-free, damn it! Don't you understand gluten-free? What the is the matter with you?
I told you, don't go in there. Don't go.
That's some serious stuff.
What happened? What was that explosion about?
What explosion?
An explosion.
There's nothing happened.
What's going on?
I don't know, nothing happened. Well, you got some bodies over there, though. I'd be worried about that a little bit. What do you mean bodies? They're all dead. I think. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I wasn't even here. Oh, folks. All right, I gotta investigate this. You guys keep getting your freak out of Madison or .net. We'll see you next week. What do you mean they're all dead? Why do you keep bringing this up? This happened 2 minutes ago. Let it go already, dude. What the hell? Here, I gotta contemplate this. Hey, wait a second. You blow them up. Look at the joints right there. You did it. This ain't evidence. You're high on drugs.
Always looking for love, and usually in the wrong places, Freakshow would finally find the one he knew he would live with forever. Of all places, she had been right under his nose the whole time, scrubbing the toilets in the bordello. Her name was Lucinda, and she was a vision as a green goddess in her slightly soiled orange muumuu. Other cast members thought that it was just Freakshow's alter ego fighting to find her way out of his closet. She wouldn't find her way onto the set from time to time, but Freakshow was never anywhere to be found. It didn't matter what anyone thought. He knew she was real, and he would go out of his way to spend any waking moment he could to find her. It was one fateful day that Lucinda again stumbled onto the set. Allie and Beezy were just going on playing their little games when something went horribly wrong.
Oh no! She's dead! What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I have an idea. What are we gonna do? I have an idea. Calm down. Oh my god. Right. Well, we have a sausage from Poland, a Polish sausage. And it's made with some of the very best ingredients.
Freakshow would never see the love of his life again. He had given up and came to accept the fact that he was meant to die alone.
Okay, look, I feel bad saying this, but you remember that scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where Johnny Depp is just out of his mind on drugs, just completely running around, can't tell what's real and what's fake, and we, the audience, we don't know what's going on either? I go over to Freaky's house, and he's just watching that scene on DVD. And I said, hey, there's more to this movie. And he said, no, I'm just going to watch this one scene, my favorite scene from this movie. I said, you have a problem. You have to quit watching this scene. There's more to the movie. There's more direction. There's a plot to follow. And he says, no, I'm just watching this one scene, and I can stop anytime that I want. And it hurts me. It really hurts me. As his, I'm not going to say friend, I'm going to say work acquaintance, well-wisher, maybe, to see him just fall into this spiral of watching that one scene from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas again and again and again and again. He needs help.
So I remember a couple years ago that I was staying with Freakshow when I was going through his little film festival up there in Madison, Wisconsin. And the guy let me actually stay at his house. And I go to his house, and he's like, here, man, sleep in my bedroom. Okay, it's kind of weird, but okay, yeah, I'll do that. So, a wonderful bed, by the way. He's got a king-size plush awesomeness. Anyway, so I'm sleeping. I wake up early in the morning. Freakshow's about 2 inches from my face, just laying there staring at me. And he's like, hey. And I say, hey. And he looks at me and he says, you want a chalupa? And I stared back and said, okay. And he twinkled my little nose and said, I'm going to go make you a chalupa. And it was the best damn chalupa I ever had. But then he charged me $20 to stay at his house. Go figure.
When we return, the drama continues with F, True Bordellowood Story, Freakshow.
I'm sorry, Chad. I don't know what happened. Just, I'm sorry.
Hey, Allie. You don't look so good. You look kind of irritated and uncomfortable.
I don't want to talk about it, Beezy.
Does this have anything to do with that pair of underwear I found hanging stuck to the wall?
You know, sometimes I don't have that so fresh feeling after 20 showers even, so it's...
Oh, I know what you mean. When I get like that, I use vinegar, oil, and some Italian seasonings. And on the really bad days, I'll use Karo syrup and baking powder. Speaking of which, do you want some mini muffins? Oh, hey ladies, what's up?
Well, I have that bloated, not so fresh feeling, and Beezy's trying to make me muffins.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say anything about that after I saw those pelicans following you down the beach the other day.
That's not my fault, and I don't know what to do, and Basie, your muffins aren't helping. Bother off.
It's okay, Allie. We all have those days when we just don't feel so fresh. Yeah, but thanks to Drizzle Liquor, he came up with something really good that'll take care of that forever.
Drizzle Bus?
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, it'll take care of your problem forever. It's called InstiFresh.
For reals?
For reals, and it comes with its own remote with 3 settings. Fresh, extra fresh, and woohoo! Oh, speaking of, where's my remote?
Hey, how's it going there? Nerd Girl says that you're having some freshness issues.
Mister said you could help.
Yeah, this little InstiFresh right here, you know, just it'll be working wonders for you in no time. Just $19.99 plus a little handling fee, and you'll be feeling as fresh as a baby pig on her way to the sex shop. Hey, I even offer free installation. Check this out.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Woo. Woo.
Squash your squish mittens insatiable scent with the lemony fresh goodness of InstiFresh. Tested and approved by the lovely ladies of Nevada's own Tramp Ranch. InstiFresh, for the 24-hour freshness at the touch of a button. InstiFresh. Look for it in your grocer's freezer. Not responsible for the sale of soiled or slightly used products. InstiFresh. Ask for it by name.
Neat, huh? It's the most advanced car on the road. All 4 wheels independently sprung. Torsion bar suspension, the greatest. The engine, air-cooled, so you never have to worry about boiling over or freezing. And it's in the rear for better traction. Stick shift, naturally. 4 forward gears. Bucket seats, well, what else? You can have it made up with a custom body, like this, for, $5,000, $6,000. Or you can have the same chassis with this slightly more familiar body for a lot less money. It's called a Volkswagen.
What a happy sound. Snap is the happiest sound I've found. You may clap, rap, tap, slap, but snap makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I say it's crackle, the crispy sound. You gotta have crackle or the clock's not wound. Geese cackle, feathers tickle, bells buckle, beats pickle, but crackle makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I insist that pop's the sound. The best is missed unless pop's around. You can't stop hopping when the cereal's popping. Pop makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. Let's go for Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, it's crackle, what a happy sound. You gotta have crackle or the clock's not bound. You can't stop hopping when the cereal's popping. Snap, crackle, pop makes the world go round.
We now return to F, True Bordellowood Story, Freak Show.
Well, it wasn't too many years ago. There was an explosion at one of my laboratories, and they brought all the bodies back out for me to play with and recondition and make cyborg zombies from. And among the carnage and the wreckage was Freak Show. He was just laying there. We have no idea how he got there, so we performed some experiments on him and shipped him home. And he never knew, and I just told everyone. But that's all right, because, well, I have this tendency to wander. But that's all right, because Freak Show doesn't really feel pain much. Not human pain.
Freak Show was able to shake off the depression after losing the love of his life, Lucinda, but not before finding himself once again drowning his sorrows in alcohol, drugs, and making a general spectacle of himself amongst his peers.
Oh, geez, what can I say? I think it was probably 2009, maybe in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think it was Holder Hound Weekend, as I recall. I remember a bunch of us Holder hosts were in line to do the Hall of Fame inductions, and I turned around, and a freak show was behind me. Folks, it was one of the most traumatic moments of my life. I'm still emotionally scarred over what happened in that line.
Damn you, Freak Show. Damn you for that.
Let me tell you something about Freak Show. Piece of Now, I was growing out in the boonies a long time ago. And when I was around 23, I met Freak Show. And he was enticing. He was an interesting human being who really made me believe that he had something going for him. Then I woke up without the kidney. Such bull. I lost everything because of that guy. He took my kidney, my wife, my girlfriend, my son. I don't even know what he did with my son. You know, if you're watching this and you know where he is, you find him. And you kick him right in the testicles. You kick his testicles right up into his chest cavity so that every time that evil black heart beats, it kicks him in the nuts. You, Freak Show.
There was one person that wasn't going to let him ruin his life and the show any further. Sergeant D came to the rescue, nursing him back to close enough shape to be seen in public again, and taught Freak Show the ways of Feng Yu to help him deal with his inner demons. It wasn't long after that, Freak Show and Sergeant D himself found there was more to live for than they could ever imagine. Something they would share for a lifetime besides just an occasional game of who's in your mouth.
All right, everybody, welcome back to What's the Deal? I'm Dirk Boozler. We're here with Freak Show, Sergeant Drizzlepuss, and Tex Poo Whistle, and we've just discovered that Tex Poo Whistle is the son of both of these guys.
Hey, Drizzle.
Thank you, Dirk.
Drizzle, I think I figured this out. You
What's
know,
that?
there was this one time I was down in Biloxi, and I kind of got arrested at the Waffle Emporium we're talking about for, let's just say, relieving myself carnally in the women's bathroom.
I was there with you. We made eye contact.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Simultaneous.
And so concludes F, True Bordellowood Story Freak Show. Keep getting your freak on each and every week with Bordello of Horror to see where Freak Show and the cast of crazies may end up next.
Watch, listen,